What's up, brother?
Hey.
How are we doing today, man?
Very good.
Yeah. So this is day 12 for you, Anthony, right?
Yeah.
You recovered from the Ibogaine yesterday. You did Ibogaine the night before that. So how are you feeling today?
Great. I didn't expect it to be so long of a come down, but
Yeah.
but it was good. It was, it made me feel complete again.
All right. So you did Ibogaine Wednesday night. We are in Friday afternoon, right?
Yes.
So, how was your trip in your own words? How could you describe that experience?
All right. So I'll start with the physical stuff from the beginning. Being fasted, I literally was able to feel the second that the medicine metabolized in my stomach and hit my bloodstream, and you can feel it coursing throughout your body in a good way. And then about 10 minutes later, you feel it in the back of your neck going up into your brain. And I literally felt like this sensation go up the back of my head, over the top of my brain, and then all throughout the inner parts, all around, until it was saturated. And then once the next dose came, happened more. Third dose is when I really started to feel the physical part actually feel like it was inflating my brain somehow. Like it felt like my brain was growing literally. And that's the only way I can explain it. And just made me very hopeful for the future, and made me happy because I feel like I've had a lot of brain damage in my life. So it's a good reset. As for the hallucinations, those started around dose 2 and probably like 30 minutes later. It started off with what I thought was going to be all the trauma that I was going to work on, and that happened very quickly. It was just like a white wall that passed by as fast as a bullet train with pictures on it, and each picture was a traumatizing part of my life, and it just went gone, just like that. And then Papa Ibogaine was like, check it out, over here is where we need to work.
Yeah, he took control, right?
Yeah. And then for a minute I was stuck in this like tumbling phase where I felt like a ball bearing just rolling every which way for a while, and then it calmed down. And then I was flying through wherever I was, visiting memories of people that I knew and understanding their pain and their perspective. And it was just random people, like friends, family, not anybody I could choose.
Okay.
I didn't try to choose, I should have, but yeah, it was interesting, to say the least. Like, for example, I saw my mom when she gave birth to me. She was 18 years old, and I was a C-section baby, and I never really thought about it, you know. I was always grew up with my mom basically, and just seeing that made me feel so sorry for her, because I couldn't imagine being 18 and having a baby to take care of, and then in a traumatic way like that, like,
yeah,
it's pretty rough. So
yeah, it kind of pulls you out of your own perspective so that you can kind of bear the perspective of others around you, right?
yeah
Kind of takes away kind of like this like selfish way of perceiving life, you could say, that we all carry.
Yeah.
And gives you a little bit more empathy for those who like care about you, and right?
Yeah.
Which is what I've been saying, right? That healing throughout this process isn't just healing you, right? It's also healing everybody around you.
Right. Yeah. Me and my mom are really close now after that. So
you guys been talking after treatment?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And then that went on for an hour or two, and then all of a sudden I find myself in this video game hallucination where I get stuck for 3 hours. And it's like this there's two button choices. It's a digital like Wreck-It Ralph type deal, and you're playing like millions of other people at the same time. It's like a live feed game type thing, and literally impossible to win. You have to choose the right button, which one's loser, one's winner, and it switches. And I sat there for 3 hours trying different combinations, trying and failing. And every time you fail, you end up right back at step one, no matter how far you get. And it was very frustrating. But I literally tried it until the hallucinations stopped and it was over. And then kind of was mad about it at first, but it kind of made me realize like maybe the medicine was showing me that I should be proud of that quality in me, that I don't quit. I just keep giving my best effort until it's time to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, it's a two-sided sword, right? The side that says, okay, you could see how resilient and how like committed you are to things, right? When you get into something, and at the same time telling you that maybe you shouldn't go so head on and kind of not stress about things not working out sometimes, right?
Sure.
So it has like it's two sides to it, right?
Sure.
Any other experience that you remember, that you recall?
I don't know if this was a dream or just one more little lesson before, but last night when I fell asleep, I fell asleep about 11 o'clock. I don't know how long I was asleep for, but I had this like wild dream about like gods and titans and deities and all this. And we were all encamped together and locked away, and they like lost all their powers and stuff. And it was wild. And it was like, it was weird because it tied into this too. So I was like, in the dream, I thought I was going home tomorrow, but for some reason I found out throughout it, like, oh, I'm going to be here a couple of days. I can just relax. Mm-hmm. And then once I relaxed, I woke up out of the dream and I was just rolling around for hours. I couldn't go back to sleep. And then all of a sudden I woke up peaceful in bed this morning.
It's part of the dream.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's Ibogaine takes Ibogaine, which is the molecule that it turns into, takes about 72 hours to turn off. So I would say you could still have some hallucinations within those 72 hours.
Yeah, especially if you fall asleep.
Or some really like vivid dreams also.
Yeah.
Because it kind of taps into that part of our brain.
Right.
That gives us that like creativity and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty normal. Now, let me ask you then, do you feel any physical improvement, any emotional, psychological, mental improvement after the Ibogaine?
Quite a bit. I literally have my memory back. Before this, it was hard for me to recall names, stuff like that.
Okay.
And I remember one thing during the hallucinations when I would visit memories and stuff, I'd see people I knew, and I would challenge myself to see if I knew their first and last name. And I knew every single one. So...
Yeah, I definitely noticed after my first one that it kind of moves away all the clutter that's in the way for you to like be more concentrated and focused, right?
Yeah.
So you probably notice them like that exactly, like more focused.
Yeah.
Right? You're actually able to access information easily because of all that clutter being moved away.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And then physically, I don't know, does it heal injuries too?
I mean, not necessarily physically heal injuries, more like, I mean, it could bring you to a type of like nerve relaxation at a certain extent that could maybe release a let's say like a muscle contraction that you've been stuck with for a little bit.
Yeah.
That can happen. Not necessarily Ibogaine or Ibogaine causes any like physical effect to tendons, ligaments, or muscle. More like maybe neurologically speaking, a cause effect that could cause that maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, do you have any like withdrawal symptoms?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not even any cravings. Not even for cigarettes, not for sugar, not for fast food, none of that.
Okay. Have you tried even testing your brain about like using?
Not really, no. But
Okay.
I guess that'll be put to the test sooner or later.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But if you like try to think about your drug of choice, is there any like impulse or compulsion towards it anymore or any?
No.
No? Okay. Emotionally speaking, how do you feel right now?
It's been a few ups and downs. I've been crying and laughing all day, and then laughing while crying, and then just worrying about little things that the heart wants, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So a little bit of ups and downs, but I feel at ease more about all that stuff. So.
Okay. Do you feel like this, like mental peace? Do you feel that?
I feel the ability to control my emotions a little more.
There you go. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, next, as part of your process, comes, I like to say that Ibogaine heals the mental part, right? It heals it helps us release from certain perspective. It gets us unstuck from certain mentality. It frees us from addictive behaviors, bad habits, or anything that we're pretty much addicted to. It frees us from that.
Mm-hmm.
But the emotional part is more attended through the next medicines, which is your bufo, which is done tomorrow, and the ayahuasca, right? According to research, Ibogaine mainly focuses on dopamine, but it doesn't replenish serotonin, for example. So that's where we'll be able to, I'll ask you after the ayahuasca, in comparison, even after bufo, in comparison to how you feel right now, right?
Yeah.
So try to hold on to, kind of ask yourself right now, okay, how do I feel emotionally? Do I feel happy? Do I feel depressed? Do I feel kind of stable? Do I feel sad or happy? Whatever you feel right now, right? Kind of hold on to that so that when I ask you after bufo how you feel, and then when I ask you after ayahuasca how you feel, bro. All right? So you'll be able to tell the difference. It's a huge difference, man, when these medicines like replenish that part of your brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I felt the first effects, so I'm ready for it.
Yes. All right, brother. Sounds good, man. On to the next part of the process.
Let's do it.